What's up, traders? We should be live. It's a really weird situation just happened where I had my limit. I wish I clicked live like a few seconds earlier, but I had my limit orders here. There was a flash pullback. I didn't get filled. And then it popped right back up. And then I did just get filled, which you guys saw. So weird that I didn't get filled on the first entry. But I actually was watching this one the whole way up. I just didn't actually end up trading it. I'm not crazy about these sub dollars, but you know, it's up 60%. It's the only ticker moving. It's probably the only thing anyone's really watching right now in terms of small caps like JSP, CC mentioned. So I took a stab at it. Didn't get a full size, unfortunately. Had 6,000 more shares that were not filled, even though the price went below my limit orders. Looking for a little bit of a move up here, maybe a retest at 0.7, but ideally a break of 0.67 here. I want to see that get punched through and then go through into the 0.8s, 0.68. Not really sure if we're going to see that. The spread on this one is a little bit heavy. Either way, very small, very, very, very small position here. Wow, do you see that push right now? Huge push. So yeah, just weird price action. Actually, I wouldn't even say price action. Weird behavior from this ticker in terms of how your fills get executed. Oh, I just got a mosquito bite. Ooh. I'm wearing socks today, although it's almost... How hot is it right now? It was ridiculous. I looked it up before. Today's actually like the hottest, the coldest day. Today's 26. It's only going to have a high of 27. Which is like 80. Almost 80 Fahrenheit. My brain has officially switched over to Celsius. I always have to look up the conversion now. And I feel Celsius more than I feel Fahrenheit. That was never the case. I live in Berlin, Germany, but right now I'm in south of Spain for the remainder of today and tomorrow, and then I'm flying back tomorrow. We are visiting my girlfriend's family's here temporarily, so we're visiting. No, I grew up in Florida. We might move to the New York area, somewhere around New York City at one point, but at the moment I'm in Berlin. Five-minute almost hammer candle here. Besides that wick at the top, current candle is kind of stuck in the range. Maybe we're going to get a break here at 0.7. Volume's quite light. I think if we get a breakout of 0.7, it's not going to hold. And that's already a big if. I think I just got another mosquito bite. Oh, I can't wait to not be surrounded by mosquitoes anymore. Here we go, 0.6922. Can we break that 0.7? That's a zone. Bastard got me. Alright, I'm not interested in Efoi anymore. I'm gonna hide the screen, but I'll be right back at it as soon as I see something. Well, I guess we gotta look at this again. So it actually held here the 5 minute. Nice to see that support. It did break the 9 EMA. I think this area would have been a little bit tricky. Maybe just trading around the major support zone here would have been a good play. Totally fine. Volume was very low here, so I would have been like 50% of the volume if I even wanted to trade this one with any sort of size. So my size would have been 9,000, 10,000, 12,000, and down here we had about 16, maybe 17, maybe 19,000 shares being traded per minute. So just too low volume on this ticker. Technically, it looks actually all right, but it's just not. So if we maintain the volume right here, it becomes a lot more interesting to trade. I got a little clip coming out about about Spain and like some footages we got here. So if you guys are interested, check out where they're gonna be. They're gonna be on Instagram and Facebook. You guys can see them on there. I think I'll be posting that later today. And if you guys have a TikTok there, we'll throw some stuff on TikTok as well. Yeah, South Florida. Honestly, I think the South Florida real estate, specifically the Miami area, is worse than New York City, if I'm not mistaken. I think I read an article about New York City, it being cheaper than New York City. How long can you afford without making money? I always like to give myself at least like a 6-month cash horizon. So I think that's what I have right now, actually. Wait, let's see. More like, I think right now actually I have like a 8 to 10 month cash reserve. So, but I usually replenish that. So if all income stopped right now, I could survive 8 months, and then I would have to sell assets, which you definitely don't want to do right now. If anything, you want to buy assets right now. Selling assets right now would be the worst situation. I usually don't withdraw any trading funds anymore. They're just all in the Roth IRA. I will do that though. For example, when you buy your first house, you can use Roth IRA funds and you can make a withdrawal. So I think when I buy my first house in the States, I'm going to try to use purely Roth IRA funds. And that might sound like a bad idea. But since we day trade in our Roth IRAs, I think it's actually fine. So if we can get to the point where we're making north of $1 million a year, that would be ideal. Because I just don't have. Well, actually, what I would probably do, I would have to read into this a little bit more, but I would set up another company that owns the house. And I would try to make as many expenses out of it as possible. And then I would pretty much try to make the house a little bit of a cash flow generating. So I would buy a relatively large, I think, place that you can Airbnb certain parts of it. I think that's probably what I would do. And then try to make that cash flow positive, that property. But yeah, ultimately, I try not to take money out. Actually, I have never taken money out that is not principal from my IRA account. 3 times. Man, these mosquito bites explode. At first you don't see anything, and they turn these massive welts. Do you think income from small caps is stable? I don't know why you're asking me that. I feel like I preach it every single time. I'm not. Maybe you're new here. That's totally fine. It's a valid question. I just thought, John. I thought you've been here for a while. But yeah, I definitely think it's very stable. Actually, I think it's insanely stable for me personally. So if you go to my insights page and you look up my day trading momentum account, you can see here this is basically my P&L. And this is when we were sizing up. And this is when I was getting to around $10,000 average size. And I haven't really sized much more since then, just because the market would like really got bad. It was right around the October where I started having a lot of troubles sizing because the market was getting really choppy. So, it's been, linear growth right now because I've been kind of stuck between like 6 and 10,000 position size. So yeah, for me, it's a very stable income source. Every month is a little bit different. Some months, I've had 3 red months, I think, so far, but it kind of averages it out, and it's a pretty stable income source, I would say. It says, just booked a trip out in Tennessee to check it out. Yeah, I feel you about Tennessee. That could be really nice. Yeah, the problem with moving to New York is it's obviously much more expensive. State, you have state tax and you have real estate. Real estate taxes. So Tennessee could be a great option. I hear great things. My thing would be, I don't need to be, but I would like to be closer to a larger city where I can do a lot of events. I lived in New York City for 3 years, so I have a lot of friends there. And then my girlfriend, with her company, she would be doing a lot of events there as well. So for us, it would be a better location. But we would live outside of New York City ourselves. I don't want to live in the city anymore. Yeah, it is nice to have the beach nearby. I definitely miss that about Florida quite a lot. Like sometimes I really just want to go surfing. I got like these massive surf cravings. I just can't satisfy them sometimes. And that's why we spent a month in Peniche, Portugal. That was pretty amazing. What am I looking for? Where is it? Here it is. I hear good things about Nashville, that's for sure. And you can go all the way to the Mississippi River, have some fun over here. Look at this random border here where just like, for some weird reason, comes all the way out. Yeah, the east side's the mountain. I love the East Coast. I'm a big fan of the East Coast, specifically like the Northeast. But for me, like the Northeast is much nicer than the West. Mainly because I'm not a big fan of driving around everywhere for days on end. I feel like the West is all about, you know, living in your car life. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't want to live in my car. That's also why I wasn't crazy about Florida, because Florida's kind of a driving state. It's like you go from your house to your car, from your car to wherever else. A rough day so far. A little bit more action than yesterday, but where is it? News, here it is. Overall, not amazing. Sometimes this thing resets. I don't know why. Just try to save it. Let's say today is 21st. So it says there's nothing major coming up today. Chattanooga. Pigeon Forge. Some cool lakes. These river parties are always so fun. Like, I've been to a few, not in Tennessee, but just like these kind of rivers on the East Coast. Where was I? I was I think in New Jersey, Dirty Jersey, somewhere here, and then we were in Connecticut at some river parties as well. Oh man, always a good time at these river parties. And then we would probably look to move somewhere around like Sleepy Hollow, Tarrytown, something like that. Did you know that Sleepy Hollow is literally the city, or I guess you could say town, where that famous story is from? Ichabod Crane. You guys know the story of Ichabod Crane? Wait a second. Was Johnny Depp in an Ichabod Crane? What? Sorry guys, no audio for you here. YouTube always complains. I didn't know they made a real movie out of this. I only knew the cartoon, to be honest. That's hilarious. I had no idea. This is the one I know. Oh, there's a town called Valhalla. People were getting really creative back then. Oh my god, imagine we really watched a full-length movie pre-market. That'd be depressing. Actually, be kind of funny, but it'd be depressing just to think that, you know, how bad the markets must be. Gives me like anxiety thinking about it. Dang. That is dark. Uh-oh, flash crash on Bitcoin. Quick recovery though. We've seen a few of these before. Let's go to the 15-minute. This was one of the more aggressive ones, 6%, which is pretty crazy for Bitcoin to be moving 6%. This one's at 1%. All right, slow here. I'm gonna get my steps in. What's up, guys? So we got Pegy moving again. Or, yeah, again. Woo! Over here trying to remain cool. And nice little pop. I didn't trade this one, which is fine. I don't know where I would have traded it, but on this front side, move this original 5-minute pop from 8:30 to 8:35, so I think you would have had to get pretty aggressive on this one if you really wanted to trade it. Maybe around VWAP or so. Tough to say. Right now, we're pulling back on this 5-minute candle, so there's definitely going to be a lot more support around 44, but at that point, we'll be below VWAP. Technically, you could trade this 90 EMA VWAP bounce, but I don't like trading the same trade twice, and that was already here. So at this point, this is a no-go trade for me. And thanks again, Go Explore, for the 777, for the good luck. I do appreciate that. And I'm happy that you're enjoying the live streams, getting value out of them. It's really, really good to hear that. I know sometimes there's long pauses between, but I think at the same time it also teaches that it's okay to walk away. It's okay to not stare at the charts. I think sometimes we feel the need that we have to entertain or have to watch the charts or have to do X, Y, Z, but we don't really have to do anything, and that's why we're traders. For the freedom it gives us. Tarpon City started laundry. See, there we go. Very smart. I would definitely do the same if I needed to do it at the moment. I'm in coin, but if I wasn't in coin, I would get into coin. Nice, David. Happy to hear. I could easily go lower, but I think long term, it's fine. What is this healthy dough? Oh wow, dang that donut looks pretty savage. I'm gonna get back to trying to figure out something on one of our social sites, so don't mind me. Actually, Tarpon, you're about to get that answer. Check out my Instagram. There's gonna be a post with that answer. Literally in the next, I don't know, really soon. Should have already been out, but pretty soon. Let me work on it. It's 8:49. We should see a popper, or maybe some news pop up at one point. Hold up. Ticker popping up. Ticker popping. Bitcoin moving back up. Stalled out kind of fast. Should be good potential entry here. 334. Good call out. Bandit in the Discord. It's finding some support here. First 5-minute candle. Let's see if we can. Oh, why is that day all of a sudden? Well, I guess I got lucky there. Let's see. Possible entry at 33. Jumping in on this one at 33. Still sell pressure there. Gonna. Wow, look at that flash pullback it had there. Very unusual. Actually, it's not that unusual. It's only 8% pullback on a first 5-minute candle. Stopping out and take a quick loss there. Looking for this one to hold. I closed at 25. So far so good. Holding, small size. Or this ticker is holding. I did my first trade with tiny size. SPY ripping up, by the way, guys. Keep an eye on that. And I guess that really means you got an amazing entry there, David Kelly, on Coin. Congratulations on that one. Could be good for continuation on Adtx here. I like it. What I don't like about this ticker is the fact that it's only up 17%. Makes me a little bit cautious here. All right, it's pulling back. Good to see that. Yeah, that was a really quick reversal on that one. So that one worked out fantastically. I'm a little bit upset about Adtx that it didn't have, or not. I'm not upset. I was expecting Adtx to have a quick resolution here. Now it's 9:04, so this 5 minutes about to be over. So it just became a lot less attractive. So it took a small little loser there. First trade on it. Nothing really too surprising. I like to keep my first trades very small size because I don't have a flow on a ticker yet. So I think that puts me back to break even on the day. Yeah, around $7. Maybe it's gonna have a continuation here. I like the fact that it held. Let's watch for a micro pullback here. Possible entry. Let's see if I get filled. Unfortunately, I didn't get a size on that one. Breaking up, there we go. Did get my size. Looking for that break over 3.5. Not sure if we'll get it here. A little bit more resistance coming in now. And another unfortunate rejection. Stopping out there. I was hoping we get a little bit more follow through. It looks like some. Am I missing some news here? What's going on with the Bitcoin and SPY? Huge rip Nice to see it, but I wasn't expecting it. All right, Adtx a little bit tricky here. I did miss that rebound there at 30, so that was my mistake for being a little bit late. Darn, and then it stalled out just like that. Here we go. Technically, this ticker's still on a bit of a front side here. It's struggling over VWAP, but it's a new gapper, so it's somewhat understandable. My issue with this ticker is really the percent on it, only 17%. That's what's keeping me a little bit at bay. Volume is a little bit lighter on this one as well. Break it form a 5-minute candle. SPY ripping really strong right now. Look at that go. Back green on the day. We were down about 1%, and now we are up about 0.3%, 0.2, give or take. So good to see that power there. Fortunately, it stalled out really hard. It's no longer really tradable. I usually don't trade the range like this. What's up, guys? I was so focused looking around, I forgot to actually restart the stream. That's fine. I'm looking at Adtx mostly at the moment, but I want to see this one get really above VWAP. Otherwise, I'm just not super crazy about it. Efoi was the one I am up the most on. Unfortunately, it's died and it's trending below VWAP, and then Pegy. Not so interesting. So let's see if this SPY can get back green today, and maybe we'll get a little bit more Momo in the large caps. Other than that, I'm not super crazy about anything, and might just basically end it if we don't see something else pop up. Right. My girlfriend says, and enjoy the sun. We'll see. Okay, there we go. Adtx did have that break of VWAP. 100,000 shares, though, is a very small amount of shares. It had a recent flush as well. So, good to be cautious. Yeah, so when you zoom out and look to your left, there was a flush, and looks like that happened again. I'm gonna see if I can get a lower entry, because we actually did hold here, but I'm not gonna go big size yet, just to see if there's like any smoothness with the order book. 500 shares here, looking for that little pop back above 40, and then hopefully a little bit of continuation. Still a lot of sellers here. Now buyers are back. I'm gonna actually cut this one again. It just does not look so enticing. Pegy trying to move above VWAP. So this is why I'm gonna just keep doing small size. Because it seems like there's some potential, but at the same time, it keeps stalling. Let's go back to Pegy now. It's up. That break of VWAP has nicer volume, so there's a little bit more promise there. Last time I wasn't really able to hold the break of VWAP, but you know, let's give it a little bit. Let's try to get an entry here. Missed my fill. Oh wow. Sell off there, got my entry at 46. Remember, we're still on a good original 5-minute front side here, so there's no reason not to be a little bit more aggressive. Besides maybe the overall market. ADTX did not hold. Here we go, there's buyers. Still very small share size here. Looking for that break into the 5-6 territory. So let's see what we get. 550 getting chipped slightly, the ask. It's just not, it's not having that quick resolution that I was hoping for. There we go. It held though the whole time. A little bit of an indecision candle. Still a pretty decent ask at 550, but we're kind of stalling. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Oh man, did not hold. That's so unfortunate. Frustrating, these tickers right now. I don't want this one to kind of stall out and then drop like a rock, which feels very likely. So ADTX also stalled out there and fell off a cliff. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I tried a few times, but in the end, it just wasn't able to pull through. Yeah. Well. This has got to been one of the roughest weeks out there for us in general. I'm green this week, but it's not like there was really much opportunity. There was a few trades, you know, I was able to get, but other than that, it was very dry. Try it. Says he's gonna trade TQQQ because it's just not gonna work with the small caps. Seriously, the small caps are just very disappointing. So it's a red, no, yeah, it's a red day for me, 785. I might just go ahead and call it, but I think I'm going to stick around a little bit longer. I would have called it pre-market if I just had one front side, one, you know, ability to trade something, but we didn't. So now I'm kind of waiting for that one ability. And, you know, at this point, if I stick around another 15 minutes, or 20 minutes, it also doesn't really make a difference after, you know, basically sticking around for 2 extra hours. So on the scanners, really Pegy was one of our best dollar volume gainers today, which is quite depressing for the fact that Pegy just fell off a cliff. Efoi also just doesn't look good, so SPY trying to get back green, trying to pick a direction. So I don't know, for me I'm just kind of waiting. I'm just waiting for a bit. Damn, that's a savage picture you guys just put in the Discord. Oh no. Smart idea. Jim said in the Discord he's actually having mostly green trades today. Nice little base hit green day. And he's just gonna go ahead and call it while he's ahead, and I think that's an excellent idea. That was my goal all day today, just kind of call it as soon as I get green, but I didn't really get green today. I was up $100 today, which kind of just feels like a total scratch, so I just kept trading, but now I'm down $7, so it doesn't really matter in the end. Omar's calling out Brqs. You know, technically, price action wise, it's really nice. So we held here, had a nice 5-minute breakout. We only pulled a little bit lower, and then we just ripped 13%. You know, technically, this is what we're looking for. It's beautiful. The only thing is, you know, obviously it's a sub-dollar with this insanely low amount of volume for a market open move that makes it not so exciting to want to trade this one. If this was like a $5 to $10 stock and it had this kind of volume pre-market, that would be good volume pre-market. But an 80-cent stock with 400,000 shares being traded per minute after the market opens, that's tough. That's really tough. Yeah, Carrie, it's right under in the link description below. But yeah, check it out. That's where, you know, you guys can post everything, links. You guys can do whatever you want in there. Obviously, if you start spamming, you will get banned really quick. The moderators in there are much quicker than I am at banning, so most likely one of them will ban you. Not you just because you, but if anyone is spamming in there. So it's been amazing, actually. It's been keeping the Discord really clean. Thanks, Go Explore, for letting him know as well. 944, SPY, green, BRQS. I mean, it's the only ticker that is actually tradable for my strategy right now. I mean, good call out, Omar, for sure. I'll even put it in the title of the stream, BRQS, just because it's probably one of the better candidates. Might actually go ahead, or tomorrow I'm going to probably go, not tomorrow, Monday, I'm going to go ahead and probably sell some covered calls on my coin position, which I have been meaning to do the whole time, but there was so much ranging volatility that I actually, instead of selling covered calls, I just went ahead and closed the position and then rebought and then closed and then rebought and then closed. I think I did it 3 or 4 times. Nice push there on BQS, almost 1 million shares, so volume's slowly getting more interesting. Just kind of feel like I prefer watching this ticker instead of trading it. Nice quick pull back there on BRQS. SPY is ripping higher. It's good to see that. BRQS has a lot of resistance around 88, so it's got a little bit more front side potential. 5 minute obviously is a little bit extended here. Trade closer to VWAP could actually be somewhat interesting. Wow, look at those sellers coming in now. Did this ticker just get halted? I think that was just my TOS being weird. I don't have any interest in trading it just yet until we get a move closer to VWAP, which I'm not sure if we're going to get. I would be looking for something closer to like 7.6, something in this area. Not sure if we'll, I mean, that would be a fairly strong pullback to see something like that. That's what I would be looking for. It looks like support is coming in, but it's still dominated by the bears here. Maybe a bit too much for it to be a proper entry right now. So I would still be more cautious on this one than buying now. Especially in the mark we're seeing right now. Look at EFOI. It's down so much. Oh my lord. That ticker basically just gave up. That sell-off is just ferocious. 0.77 was getting chipped away, but some nice bids came in there. Maybe it's gonna find support after all. I still don't really feel like I need to jump in on this one just yet. These are the trades where it's like, if I don't get it, I also don't really care. But if I do get it, I'd at least want a lower entry. So I got my entry there. Got a low fill off of VWAP. Big pullback this ticker had. Adtx broke out. Had a nice 5-minute breakout. Yeah, unfortunately this one broke VWAP much more aggressively than I would have liked. Stopping out. Small scratch. So, oh wow, look at that, did bounce a little bit there. I could have maybe made a small profit or even a total break-even trade. That's fine. Not a big deal. Still waiting for something. So, what a pullback this one had, huh? And we even were really really delayed on it. So technically, it would have ended up working if I held a little bit longer, but that's fine. I like pulling up here, but volume on it, not really that interesting. Oh man, yeah, Omar. Oh, that video was so painful. That was so insane. Oh, or Mason. Mason, you're the one who said that. The person who lost like 500,000 trading iLag. And it was even more in that one trade. It was like 800,000 in one trade. Then made some back. Adtx approaching VWAP here, but will we actually end up trading this one? I'm not sure. And it's a desert. If you guys want to see me zooming around on a four-wheeler in Spain, that video just went live on Instagram. So I'm down 87 for the day, or 85.55. If I was a real crack baby, I'd trade some options on SPY right now, but I don't really love the overall energy of the SPY. I don't like the direction, so I don't really feel like the opportunity is the best. Like, I don't see that clear setup. I'm gonna give it like maybe another 10 minutes or so. SPY is crawling higher, not bad. I'm still waiting for some sort of small cap or some sort of good large cap ticker, just anything with a decent setup to start trading it. But my hopes are a little bit low. If anyone's just tuning in kind of wondering what I'm doing, that's what I'm doing. Just being vigilant. Efoi not exactly looking like it wants to pay any bills for us. I'm not gonna lie, Tesla is making a nice little move here. I mean, there is that chance we're gonna find some support around 208 or so, and then keep ripping. We're still in a 5-minute breakout here. If anything, I would go along with about a 50 shares or so. I would look for more of an extended pullback just because it's a large cap, and these tend to like to throw you around a little bit. Still pulling back here, but yeah, okay, there, found support. New 30 minutes coming up. This could be the reversal already. Again, I'm going to be just a hair bit more cautious though. Nice return there, game the system, really nice. I could also go ahead and trade some options on this one. SPY is really ripping. Yeah, and I'm looking for just a tad bit more of a pullback. There we go. But I didn't actually get filled, which is quite unfortunate. So we went down to 11. New minute popping up. This actually could already be the move. Yeah, I missed it. I missed it there. Hopefully somebody got it. Really nice. But, over 50 cents a share move right there. That's what I was looking for. I thought we were going to get a little bit more of a pullback there, so I hesitated maybe longer than I should have. That's fine. Trading these large caps is my go-to, so it's fine if I'm not nailing these moves. It's more like I'm on vacation. Trading these tickers is what it feels like. but still want to take it serious. Coin back at 64. $10.05. SPY up 120. That's really good to see that. Might even size into more more swing trades. Find other depressed tickers. This one's really not moving. Just find tickers like this that are overall pretty strong companies. Wow. I think a mosquito just bit me in my nose. No, can't be a mosquito. No, it's itchy. Yo, I have so many bug bites on me. It's ridiculous. This is why I live in the north, not the south. SPY is still ripping. Good to see that. So Tesla did exactly what I was waiting for. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to trade that one. Nice breakout on Tesla. Could still be worth to trade. Bit more daily resistance though. AMD is tapping at some major resistance. It's crazy how much this one keeps pulling off and then recovering quite substantially. But in terms of, holding this one before maybe earnings or something like that, it's actually a really good idea. Again, I'm looking to size into tickers and hold for 1, 2, 3 weeks. I already did that with coin, and I'm looking to do it maybe with 1 or 2 other tickers, maybe just like 10,000 shares or so. Not 10,000 shares, $10,000 worth. I'll keep giving it some thought. But yeah, these are just absolutely amazing territories for these kind of companies. So I'm very, very bullish for any sort of bounce. I think that we're going to see some sort of dead cat bounce at one point. I don't know if there's going to be a little bit of a failed dip first and then a move higher, or a move higher with a pullback entry potential, or totally something different, or maybe we're just going to keep selling off. I don't know. But I just feel like it's a really good time to be buying right now. I mean, look how long this pullback has been. This has been one of the longest sell-offs we've seen on AMD, for example, and across the board. So there's 46% sell-off. Last time we had a 34% sell-off, we had a huge bounce. Last time we had a 33% sell-off, huge bounce. So I just feel like, 42% sell-off, huge bounce. And this time we're even hitting massive support zones. So I think the fact that we're going to have a huge bounce is insanely likely. And I just feel like you would be doing yourself a disservice not swing trading right now. It's just so much easier than trying to look for these small caps, which just simply don't exist at the moment. Oh, interesting. So the help tab. Keith is saying I don't know where the help tab is. I only see support. And then there's the chat room setup. I don't see a help tab on TOS. Oh, here it is. And then there's collect garbage. So if you want to speed up TOS a little bit, go to the help tab up here and then click collect garbage. And boom, there we go. Now, I've actually never done this before, but I have done many other methods to clean up TOS and speed TOS up. But interesting little tip there, Keith. CYTO pumping here, another sub-dollar. Technically it's a buy right now. Healthy pullback. Typically you want to buy this one into strength. It's holding pretty well. Removing limit order just because it stalled a little bit too long. We have another 3 minutes in this candle. Maybe we get a little bit more risk averse entry. Wow, nice pop there. Wow, one trade and done. Look at that, game the system. Show that to Colby, he'll be super jealous. Nice work there. You guys should jump on a call and share ideas. Nice move on CYTO. I had a feeling there was going to be continuation on this one, but I missed my entry on it. Kind of feel like at this point I'm a little bit all over the place. I'm looking at, you know, so many different tickers. I'm missing entries. I'm not really doing anything like substantial, and I'm sweating like crazy because it's super hot. So I think I might call it here. It's my last trading, my last full work day here in Spain before I get back to Berlin. So I am personally pretty ready to call it. Unfortunately, a little bit of a red day here, down $85. Not the end of the world. I'll take my small red day any day over, you know, over making more mistakes. Could have maybe ended the day green if I, well, obviously I could have if I just called it. But there were some opportunities, but I was never going to have a big green day today. So either a small scratch green or a small scratch red, I think, based on my trading strategy and the opportunities that were available. Today's the 21st. Traded some weird tickers today. So EFOI was the ticker I'm the most green on. Would have thought. And then everything else I just kind of gave back profits on. BRQS was I think my first bigger loser. Let's quickly BRQS. Let's look at this one. Yeah. I didn't get aggressive on BRQS soon enough because I didn't like the sub-dollar. I didn't like the fact how slow it was moving. I didn't like the volume. And then eventually, volume, you know, gets over 500. I'm like, okay. I wait for a large VWAP pullback, and I actually have a good entry, but it actually pulls back more than I want, and then it gets stuck. And then I thought, uh-oh. And then I closed it, and then it did bounce up a little bit, but ultimately it would have been a scratch at best. So that's kind of what I need today. It was just a lot of scratches today. I don't think it would have ever been really a big green day. So I was really patient on it though. So, I mean, that's obviously what I did right. I guess if we could take a lesson out of this one is even if you don't like sub dollar, it's better to get aggressive sooner than later, I should say. Another ticker, Pegy, you know, was a scratch ticker. You know, daily, we've been seeing so much of Pegy. I wasn't really excited to be trading this one. Mainly because, you know, if you look to the left, and unfortunately my trade's not popping up. Here we go. We had a flush, right? Here and here. And I was kind of thinking, uh-oh. You know, there's a good chance we're going to get one again. So I went for the pullback, and I was thinking, okay, well, let me jump in on this one. While it's still, you know, pushing higher. And if it does fail, whatever, it fails, so who cares? So I did it, pushed higher. I was up like 20, 30 bucks, and but it didn't continue. Then once it got rejected one too many times, I was out. So pretty much that simple. Efoi, if we go back here, the ticker that I'm most green on, 87, you know, it was a few setups that were tradable, but I also came a little bit late to this party for whatever reason. I actually don't recall right now, but there's definitely some opportunity in this ticker. You know, coulda, shoulda, woulda, I guess, on Efoi. All these setups today were just like really not beautiful. So the amount of regret I have today is negative. Like, I really don't regret anything. Could have maybe just taken the whole day off, but I also didn't really want to do that. I've been taking enough off because I was sick. So I don't even want to call it sick. I was food poisoned. Sick sounds like your body needs time off, so it makes you sick. This was different. SPY, by the way, guys, is setting up a pretty nice 5-minute setup. Definitely worth tradable. Definitely tradable. Efoi, just died once I started. I kind of feel like I was late to a lot of tickers today. The last ticker, Adtx, I don't like that. I do not like that at all. I mean, this one just sucked. So, like, who cares about this ticker? All my trades on this one were red. I didn't have one green trade on this ticker. I think the big red flag on Adtx that I should have been, I mean, it took me like 2 seconds to look at this chart and realize what the issue on Adtx was. And without a question, it was the fact that the daily had 0 volume. Look at the relative volume on the daily, so that's really bad. That was a big red flag. Just not a good ticker. So that was pretty much the trading day. I traded 6 times, which is nothing. Usually I'm trading it like around 25 times. I had a win ratio of 33%, a risk reward ratio that was 1-to-1 in dollar, and almost, actually, yeah, pretty much 1 to 2 in percent. So that was good. The problem means my biggest loser was one of my bigger sizes. So I never sized up today. I always kept small size. That's because a lot of tickers we were trading today were sub dollars, and I don't like sizing into sub dollars. Yeah, so nothing really too crazy here. In terms of my running P&L, I'm gonna go in the pool in a second here. I started off green and then just went red, so it's really ugly. Really ugly. CYTO is still popping, but it finally had that flush we were so nervous about. So yeah, a bit of a slow week for me. Could have maybe just ended it when I was green. Again, SPY setting up a really good 5-minute right now. Look at this move right here. Did I look at MACD when I'm trading BRQS? I usually always look at it slightly. Yeah, I did, but I don't put an insane amount of value on the MACD. But yeah, if this breaks trends, usually I'm not trading it so much anymore. So this could have been a bit of a red flag. I did know we were below it, and that's why I was extra conservative. So I was already really conservative. I wasn't trying to front run VWAP or anything like that. So I literally bought in this break here, 76. Actually, I did front run a little bit. I was wrong there. So I bought maybe a hair too soon. I did front run it. Fake news. So yeah, I bought too soon. If I bought at VWAP, I probably could have got out for almost exactly break even. Either way, I mean, we're talking about scratches here, and I would have never been like a proper green trade, $3, $4, $5, $1,000 profit. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Have a phenomenal weekend and rest of your trading Friday for everyone that's still trading. Check out Instagram. We're going to be coming out with some more posts there, or TikTok if you're on it. We have all my links at the top of my YouTube page. And the reason I say we is because I have a manager that helps me manage all my social media, because you guys know me, I'm not that much on social media. I just provide all the content. Although if you do post any questions or comments, I will get them and answer them. All right, guys. Also, take care. I'll see you then first thing Monday morning back in Berlin. Like always, guys, stay safe. Make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.